Gentlemen, this is the Morning Gardener Show, and I am happy to be out here. But I'm going to show you a tour of the yard. It's almost past time. It's in fall now. Let's just say it like that. And let's see. I got the peach trees over here, and this one here is my what is this called here? This is my Georgia peach, and it is not it's not doing too well. I'll put it that way. It's not doing too well. It appears to be either lack of nourishment, but I'm going to get on it and find out what's going on, because it's one of my older trees. It's been here longest, about 4 years. It's been a real hard prune put on it this year. Real hard prune. I did a real hard cutback this year, but there's a reason for that. I needed to stimulate some growth. And it did put out some new shoots and all, but we'll see. We'll see. So we got the youngest one here, and you can see all the growth on it. It is really, just showing off. It's really dense as far as this canopy goes. But again, it's got another cutback coming once it drops its leaves. Now, and let's go over here. This is another new peach tree, and this here, oh yeah, that's right, this is a Georgia. So this is a Georgia. I forgot I had two of them. Yeah, this is a Georgia here, right next to my Hale Haven, and the Hale Haven is doing quite well. Yes, absolutely. Very dense canopy. I cut it way back. It was 15 feet tall. So it was actually all the way up here, and then I brought it all the way back down here. So right now it's about a little over 6 feet tall, so it's doing good. And there's some of the cuttings, so they'll act as fertilizer. Now, this is my new apple tree. I don't know which one it is. I'd have to go down there and dig out the label, but all of my apple trees have been Honeycrisp, Georgia, and like that. So we're looking good here. And this tree right here, I have to straighten it up and erect it, because it's really, I don't want it to be bent over like that. And this one here is another apple tree. A lot of vines got into it. So I'm going to clean them up and keep them going the way they're supposed to be going. And this is what they call weak wood. This is not the one with the weak wood. This one is. It bends over, and it really kind of, doesn't look very good to me, but it'll be okay. There's the water system. Pretty soon I'll be draining that out. It's about close to 100 gallons of water there. And we're going over here to, we got the ginger, and they've been fed pretty good. And once once they start turning brown, the brownness of it will allow me to know that they're ready to, be taken in, and some of the pieces will be kept to be regrown for next year, and some of the pieces will be taken in because they just need to be eaten and used. And you can see all this is very thick. They're all in pots. Next year I think I'm going to grow them in these tub-like containers here. See? Like tub containers. Get bigger ginger that way. And that's how we're going to do it. Okay? So, that's the ginger. And these are the apple trees. Now, these were put in here this year. Well, beginning of this year. These are doing quite good. This one was put in at the last minute because they had a sale going on. And I got it for $6. And it's one of my favorite trees. So, it's doing quite well. You can see it's pretty green, and it'll catch up to these. And we got a little bit of vines that got into these trees here. These are apple trees, or they could be crab apple trees, but nevertheless, apple trees. collard greens. And I got some kale over here. Okay. Got some watering to do because everything's kind of getting brown. There's a cherry tree. Over here is an apple tree with some fire blight issues. So that's coming along pretty good. A lot of weeds over here, but I'll find something use for them. This one here is a plum tree. I had to cut it back because it's just kept growing taller and taller without producing any branches. So it's doing good now. This is the new pear tree that I put in this year. It's got a little bit of fire blight on it. And this is the oldest one. And it's about 7 to 8 feet. No, it's about 8 feet tall. I keep it cut back, but it's still trying to say I'm going to be growing tall, and that's what it's doing. I cut the central leader out, but it's still producing another central leader that's just as tall. Okay, going over here through this. This is the what do you call this? A lot of fire blight, but this is the can't think of it right now, but I got a grapevine. That's what it was. Look at all these different types of plants over here. This is a cherry tree. I mean, and it's got to be cut back once I get once the leaves drop, because it's definitely getting dominant. This one here is the what do they call this thing here? This is a kiwi plant, Isaiah, and you can see that it's definitely doing its thing, and I like that about it. Yeah, it's doing good. Nice, clean, healthy leaves. It's tall. So that's it. I think I'm going to close out at this, but I got to cut all this stuff back and get it right nice and neat. So when you'll be able to see these once we get up in zone 7, we start getting ice and snow on the ground. This is going to pop out and you'll see it'll be bigger next year. It might even fruit next year. Not much, but it should fruit. All right, this is the Morning Gardener. Have a good evening.